and Jude Duncan. We have Yao Mintah joining us from the City Sports Desk. We're talking sports. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, you know. Good morning. Good morning to you and good morning to Jude.
Good morning.
Oh, Mint.
Yeah, Mr. Duncan.
Oh, Mint.
You give fans when you're done, then we continue because time no day.
Settings in it.
Oh, me?
Settings in it, yeah.
Me?
Boy.
And it's great you mentioned time because at 11:05 today, this morning, our Ghanaian athletes will be in action. Some of our Ghanaian athletes will be in action. 8 of them have qualified to compete in the World Athletics Championships. And it starts today. And it has already started in terms of some of the disciplines. The walk has started. They started early in order to beat the heat because Tokyo, they are still dealing with a heat wave, high temperatures. And so in order to avoid exposing the athletes to a lot of heat or hot conditions, they started quite early. And yes, 11:05, that's when the 100-meter men's heat will commence. And in that particular discipline, there's Benjamin Azamati, who's representing Ghana, and then there's Abdul Rashid Saminu, who's also representing Ghana. And yes, the official list has been released. So Heat 5, there's Benjamin Azamati. He'll be running alongside Letsile Tibogo from Botswana. Yeah, the iconic Letsile Tibogo.
Remember him?
Yeah.
He won gold in the Olympic Games in the 200 meters, and he also won gold in the 4x400. And when it comes to the World Championships, in the 100 meters, he bagged a silver medal in the 100 meters in the last World Championship, and so he's one to look out for. So Benjamin Azamati will be running alongside Tibogo, Courtney Lindsay, Andre De Grassi, Eric Cardoso, Lucas Ansampepra. He's Ghanaian, but he runs for Germany. So that's Heat 5. And then in Heat 7, you have Abdul Rashid Saminu. Yes, the man behind me. He'll be running alongside Kani Simbine, Ferdinand Omanyala. Omanyala is the fastest African. He holds the African record. And so, yes, Abdul Rashid Saminu will be running alongside him. And yes, it's important to recognize the efforts of these guys, especially this guy on the screen, because Azamati held the national record, 9.90 seconds. He held it since 2022. And this year, Abdul Rashid Saminu smashed it. He ran a time of 9.86 and to set a new national record. And 3 weeks later, he lowered it further to 9.84. So now the national record, when it comes to the 100 meters men, it stands at 9.84 seconds. And it's one of the fastest times this year recorded. And yes, he's our biggest medal hopeful, that must be said. And looking at how his times compared to the likes of Noah Lyles, Letsile Tibogo, and those guys. And yes, it is quite disappointing that at this point in time, leading to the competition, they haven't received any financial package, any financial boost. And yes, this is a humble appeal to the Minister of Sports and Recreation that even if they're not going to get anything, at least Abdul Rashid Saminu deserves to get at least $5,000 for breaking the record, the national record, twice and being one of the fastest men in the world this year. Because you cannot have a situation where these guys haven't had a lick of $1 being given to them, but the kit officer of the Black Stars gets $4,000 per game. That is absolutely atrocious. It's scandalous. You cannot have that situation. And that is, aside the $4,000 they get, there's the stipends.
Yeah. The kit officer was on 8,000, if I'm not mistaken.
He used to be on 8,000. And they used to be on 8,000, and it got reduced to 4,000. And for me, that is scandalous because $4,000, that is aside the per diem money, which was $150. And that is aside the money allocated for food per head, which was $80 a day per person. You cannot have all these goodies going to one person in the Black Stars at the expense of people who are making significant strides and don't need as much to be taken care of because they are just 8 athletes in Tokyo. If you give them $50,000, $5,000 per person, the remaining 10,000, you use it to take care of the coaches and maybe the psychologists who would accompany them from the Ghana Athletics Federation, the Ghana Athletics. And so for me, that's very disappointing that so far they haven't had any kind of financial assistance or financial boost to be able to get their morale to be on point ahead of these championships. But yeah, we're hoping for the best. And the only lady who is also competing in these championships and representing Ghana is Rosie Eboa, the national record high jumper. And yeah, she's also a medal hopeful. But if you ask me, our biggest medal hopeful is Abdul Rashid Saminu, looking at the times that he's run this year. And so, yeah, the World Championships, they've started, but the sprint event, which is the most iconic event or the eye-catching event, that one starts at 11:05 a.m. So this morning, right after here, while you're enjoying the big issue, you can also be taking a look out for how our brothers will fare on the track. And after the preliminary round is done, if they qualify, later tonight at 8:35, they will run the second heat.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's close. Why?
Oh, no,
We're
it's
not waiting for
fine.
another day?
It's fine because it's this morning, you run the preliminary rounds. Then if you qualify, you have pretty much the whole day till 8:35 in the evening. So I think it's fine. Yeah, so you can get to rest and recover, then race again.
Recovery, Papa B.
Oh, you recover
You
because
can get to recover, yeah.
you
There's
get
enough
enough time to recover. So
Wow.
yeah, so that's the rundown on athletics, and yeah, we hope and wish for the best for our people. And yeah, the Ministry of Youth of Sports and Recreation, please, you need to be sending out some quick hard cash to these guys because they've done a great job qualifying to the World Championship.
No wonder, most of them move for other countries. You mentioned a Ghanaian running for Germany.
Germany, yeah.
Because I mean, if
Julius
you're getting the
Asante-Pra.
support
and
there.
some of them were also born in those countries, but they ditched the chance to come to Ghana because at the end of the day, they see what is happening to
and how we're treating our athletes.
And speaking of treatment to athletes, Toby Amuzan of Nigeria,
Right.
The 100-meter hurdles, women, she holds the world record, and you should see the kind of conditions she was training in Nigeria before she went to the World Championship. It was absolutely horrific.
Has she ditched Nigeria?
No, she hasn't ditched Nigeria. That's Ophili. I've forgotten her first name. That's Ophili. She runs in the 200 meters. She's started the process to switch from Nigeria to Turkey, to run for Turkey because of all these things. And she even qualified last year's Olympics. She even qualified to participate in the Olympics.
And they didn't register her.
They didn't register her.
So
I
she couldn't run.
remember that scandal. I remember so
Can you
well.
imagine? They didn't even register her. They couldn't register her in time, so she couldn't even run.
Oh,
How
man.
can you do this?
I
You
remember
see?
how broken she was
Yes.
because she had put her
Yeah.
work into it.
Yes.
She had, oh, man.
And so, yeah.
But she's running?
No, yeah, she's running. She's running because she started the process, but she hasn't completed it. And so, yeah, we'll see how things go. And yeah, so athletics is done. Later, can I say tonight? No, early tomorrow morning. There's a big boxing bout that's coming up. That's a matchup between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford.
It says the biggest boxing bout in the last decade. Bigger than Mayweather and Pacquiao, you agree?
Oh, bigger than Mayweather and Pacquiao. In terms of boxing itself, in terms of pure boxing from a purist standpoint, I think so. But from
A clout.
commercial standpoint, oh no, definitely. Those two guys really brought it. But unfortunately, this bout is suffering from what happened, the disappointment in that Mayweather-Pacquiao fight.
Yeah.
Because that Mayweather-Pacquiao fight didn't live up to expectation.
Yeah.
It did not live up to the
How
billing.
about the Wilder and Fury fight?
The Wilder Fury fight, it lived up to expectation, but it lived up to the billing. But yeah, in terms of being able to carry a lot of crossover appeal, yes, it was the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. But it did, in terms of the boxing itself, it did not live up to expectation. And it's the same reason why this bout is also suffering the kind of effects from that bout, because a lot of people are thinking, oh, these guys are a little past their prime.
Right.
And it's the same thing that happened with Mayweather and Pacquiao, because they were supposed to have fought
Way
4
earlier.
years
Earlier.
4 years before. The time they fought, Mayweather was 38 years old.
Lebuko Mbanku and
So
Aite
this is happening at
Pass.
2 a.m.
Yeah, 2 a.m. 2 a.m. And yeah, it's a big bout. Terence Crawford is stepping out 3-weight classes. He normally fights in the welterweight division, and now he stepped out to the super middleweight division. That's where Canelo Alvarez is quite comfortable operating at. And so, yeah, all the titles in the super middleweight division are up for grabs. And so once you win this bout, yeah, you become the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. And so, yeah, make a date and look out for that matchup. It's going to be a very good matchup. I've already written an article on it on City Sports Online.
Amazing.
Also, you can check it out.
So you can check it out.
But yeah, we're done with athletics, we're done with boxing, so we'll switch to the world's most popular sport, and that is soccer or football, depending
It's
on
not soccer.
no, depending
Is
on
that
where
depending
you,
on
no,
where you find
depends on
yourself?
where you find
They are
yourself.
Which
wrong.
continent you
It's
find
soccer,
yourself?
it's football.
The
It depends on the
beautiful
continent
game.
you are.
The beautiful
Australians
game.
call it soccer, Canadians call it soccer, Americans call it soccer. So you have to adjust. I mean,
You guys are going to be on the Republic of Football?
yes, you're going to be on the Republic of Football today, 2 to 5. We'll bring you all the games live from the EPL, Spanish La Liga, all the other leagues in the world, including the Ghana League, which started last night. Crowds of folk drew goalless with Hoho United. Debutants in the league played out a goalless draw against the almighty Hearts of Folk at the Accra Sports Stadium last night. And yeah, later today, the biggest game out there would be the Kudus Derby. That's because Tottenham Hotspur will be playing against West Ham. Kudus played for West Ham the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And this off-season, he moved to Tottenham Hotspurs. And already the West Ham fans are not happy with the kind of move that he made.
Yeah.
Some
They'll
of them
be
are
fine.
calling him Judas.
Hey.
Because Judas. So
Judas.
Judas, yeah, and so yeah, we are looking
They'll
out
be
for
fine.
how they will receive our star boy.
They'll
I don't
survive.
think it will be a warm welcome though. I think it will be quite hostile.
They'll
But
be
yeah,
fine.
that's the biggest match out to
Real
look out
case,
for
he gave them money.
today.
They'll
And
survive.
Arsenal and Nottingham Forest too. Nottingham Forest have a new coach, Ange
Okay.
Postecoglou, and so yeah, we'll look
Tomorrow
out for
we'll be here
that
to
one.
look at a
Some
big game
quick
for the
birthday
weekend.
messages before we go. Happy
Yeah.
glorious birthday to my wife, Diana Joa Esuonye. May the good Lord bless your new age abundantly. Thank you so much for your love. This is from Captain Pascal Doniyi Sogli. I hope I pronounced the name well.
And today is also the birthday
Yes.
of our chief professor
Ish.
and also Solicitor General,
Ish.
El Sakite. Daniel Sakite.
Daniel Sakite, happy
You know,
birthday to you.
He's a professor. He's a lawyer in business.
And he's one of your producers.
Yeah,
right?
for the big issue.
For the big issue.
Yeah,
And he's a Solicitor General.
Happy birthday,
El
Sakite.
Sakite.
Enjoy
Amazing
your
guy.
day.
Love you so much,
We'll be
bro.
back again 7 a.m. bright and early for Sunday breakfast. Do join us. Stay tuned to Channel One TV. The big issue is up next.
Bye.
Bye.